In 2019, Mercedes introduced the first model of the EQ series, the EQC. 4 years later, there are already 10 different electric Mercedes models, or even 40 if you count their different modifications. Today we test one of them, the EQE from Mercedes EQ. As always, unlike other car reviewers, I will not talk about the things you can see for yourself at the car showrooms. Instead, I briefly and clearly cover what others choose to keep silent about, but you definitely need to know. How much you can travel with a full battery in real life, how long will it take to charge it, and how much it would cost to purchase and operate this EV compared to the fuel-powered alternatives. By the way, OEV4ME regularly uploads videos about the latest electric cars, so subscribe to our channel. Be sure to click on the bell icon to receive notifications, so you don't miss the most relevant reviews for you. I'm Tadas from OEV4ME, about electric cars in a nutshell. Mercedes knows its high standard and very demanding customers, so it pleases them with 7 different versions of the EQE. Most interestingly, they all have batteries with a net capacity of around 90 kWh, but the difference between the options varies in the number of wheels driven, the power of motors, and abundance of equipment and trims. Sometimes when you see a Mercedes on the road, it takes a while to understand which model it is, EQS or EQE. This is because both of these electric cars are designed with the same goal in mind, to make their shape as sleek as possible, to create the most efficient, lowest consumption highway vessel possible. And although Mercedes designers managed to achieve one of the best drag coefficients, the efficiency of an electric EQE is not very impressively low. Here comes the dilemma that every electric car manufacturer inevitably faces: how to find a balance between a large but heavy battery and a long range. Looking at the data from the EQE's main rivals, we see that BMW's latest creation, the i5, is slightly more efficient, apparently because it weighs almost 200 kilograms less thanks to the smaller battery. Tesla Model S, even with all-wheel drive and the larger battery, consumes less electricity than the EQE, and this is partly explained by the extra weight of more than 200 kilograms. The Hyundai Ioniq 6, which is considered the standard of efficiency, covers a very similar distance with a significantly smaller battery, because it is even 400 kilograms leaner. Thus, comfort and all high-end technologies have not only their price, but also the weight, so keep that in mind. However, the EQE's large and spacious battery allows any model to cover an impressive distance. Our tested version can cover up to 700 kilometers in summer in the city and half of that during the winter on a highway. Visit the Best EV4ME online platform and find out how far other versions of EQE can go with a full battery in real life when driving different conditions and speed. Did you know that in order to save time spent at the electric car charging stations, you need to look closely at the charging capabilities of your chosen models? As you will be surprised to learn that some electric cars can take double, triple, or even 7 times longer to charge the battery compared to the very similarly priced EVs. It is good to know that Mercedes-Benz EQE is among those models that charge batteries reasonably fast. About 8 to 10 minutes is the average time it will take to charge this EV for 100 km drive if you find a charger with at least 150 kW power. If you install a 22 kW AC charger at home, you will add at least 100 km per hour into this Mercedes-Benz. I think you will agree that the cost of purchasing an electric car is one of the main factors stopping most drivers from deciding to abandon fuel-powered alternatives. But you should not look only at the car price list. Calculate how much you will actually spend every month on car purchase, travel, and maintenance. Here's what you should consider before making the final decision to buy or not this Mercedes electric car. The uniqueness of Mercedes-Benz and other prestigious brands of cars is that their electric versions cost very similar to fuel-powered alternatives. So, considering the fact that the maintenance cost of electric cars are at least 3 times lower and driving electric is at least 5 times cheaper, the total cost of ownership of the EQE, even without the state subsidy, is lower than the gasoline-powered versions. But if your car is eligible for the state subsidy, you have a solar power plant and can produce your own electricity, you travel more than a regular person, the difference between an electric and a gasoline Mercedes-Benz increases significantly when considering the residual values, of course, in favor of an EV. If you are still on the fence about buying a new electric car, maybe you should consider a used one. Their selection has grown a lot, and you can definitely find one that meets your needs and financial capabilities. But don't buy a cat in a sack. Be sure to check if an electric car that has traveled 100 or more thousand kilometers has a battery health certificate, because the degradation of the battery of used electric cars is sometimes very significant. And even an EV that has traveled relatively a little may have lost up to a quarter or even a third of its battery volume. Visit the evtest.lt website and learn how to easily check the condition of the battery.